comments jumping right back on the Super Chat. We appreciate the contribution, Muhammad. And again, joined us for our exclusive live stream. So if you're interested in doing that next Thursday night, contact me. Just say you're interested. Looking at the offensive line, if I've got this straight, Cam, all 5 starters back in the program. Of course, you subtract Navon Donaldson, who is redshirting, and then we're now projecting a pretty veteran offensive line. And where do you think the pieces fall?
Yeah, the list that was there: John Campbell, Ja'Kai Clark, Corey Gaynor, DeLon Scaife, and Jared Williams, the transfer from Houston, along the front line. I think that in some iteration is probably going to be it. Zion Nelson in consideration, but I would put him maybe to the bench as a rotational guy, not a foundational guy for this year, just to continue to let him develop. But yeah, it's a good problem to have when you have guys with starting experience that can be backups and guys that were highly touted recruits who can continue to develop for the future. And I mean, the future needs to be now, sometime soon, for Zelante Hillary and Kylian Herbert. But if you have that group of 8 guys, because I've given you 8 names, but if you have that group of 8 as the top of the group, and that's not even including Donaldson, who was a freshman All-American. I know that we're 3-4 years removed from that, and 2 injuries and a surgery, and now an upcoming redshirt year. But that's, if you add Donaldson, that's 9 game quality, I think, offensive linemen. If you take Donaldson out, that's 8 game quality offensive linemen that you can have with those other 3 being rotational guys. Yeah, I think that is a group that can be successful. But obviously, Gary Justice, the new offensive line coach, continuing to coach them up. He's been doing a lot of virtual meetings with them. I saw Joe Thomas, formerly of the Cleveland Browns. He Skyped in for a virtual meeting or Zoomed or whatever it was. Brian McKinney, I think, has done one or a couple of those, more than one. Another couple offensive linemen, who have played in the league and they have great technical skill and dexterity. I've been trying to help them, through these meetings and things like that. So that's obviously a good thing because, you have guys like Joe Thomas who, never missed a snap in his career until his torn triceps ended his career. Like, literally, think about that. Never missed a snap, tore his tricep. Cool. So the first time I miss a snap is the last time that I miss a snap because I'm now done playing. But, all pro, multiple time, first team, all NFL. Boom. That guy Skypes in. Brian McKinney, finished 4th for the Heisman as an offensive lineman, or 4th or 5th that year. He calls in. And I mean, look, he's a Hurricane, so obviously he comes back in. So, there's been help. Hopefully that help continues. And again, one of the bigger things that's going to help is an updated scheme because Dan Enos was trying to fit a square peg into a round hole where I want to do this and we're going to do this, and did not have the offensive linemen to do that. It did not fit their skill set, but I'm intractable and I'm not going to change the scheme. I'm going to just call the scheme and hopefully it works. I think that with Rhett Lashley, you're going to try to tailor the scheme that's going to help everybody be successful. And I think that is going to help them be successful.
As a side note, Cam, I am fascinated by the career of Joe Thomas because of this. I cannot think of another individual who could make this claim. So he will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, he is that good.
Yep.
So we're talking about a non-statistical position. So you can't say, I ran for 1,500 yards a year, I caught 100 balls a year. Basically, it is your peers saying that you're that good, that he was ranked, those NFL top 100 players lists every year. He'd be like number 7, number 12, like overall. And he doesn't have any stats. He didn't play for good teams. He played for awful teams with the Cleveland Browns. So he never played a meaningful game in the NFL. Obviously, when the team's 0-0 the first week of the season, it's a meaningful game. But by and large, did not play a meaningful game his entire career, didn't accumulate statistics, will most likely be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I can't think of another career like that.
No, me either. I mean, he was the number 1 overall pick, coming out of Wisconsin. I mean, obviously just a beast. But yeah, no, without the counting stats to kind of buoy his case, it's really, people inside football watching the all 22 and it's his peers just saying, hey, this guy is amazing. Just letting you know. I mean, I know that you guys probably don't watch Cleveland Browns games. And look, I can't talk because I'm a Lions fan, but still, I don't even watch Browns games. And you probably didn't either, but I'm just telling you, this guy is amazing. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Yeah, it's a very interesting, unique career for him.
Yeah, they would have defensive linemen on those top 100 lists that the NFL Network would release, and they'd basically say this guy's the ultimate technician, never takes a false step, never makes a wrong move. And as Cam pointed out, he never missed a game at left tackle. And all those Cleveland Browns, like 35 to 10 games with 2 minutes left, he would still play until the final play of the game.
No, never missed a snap.
Never missed a snap. Yes, never.
Not even a game. He never missed a snap until literally the last snap when he tore his tricep, and then he retired. But every step. So that means you get rolled up on, you get a leg whip or something, or every little ding or thing. It's like a guy man, it's weird. My shoulders tweaked a little bit, coach. Let me just take one play off. No. So in that regard, he was kind of like what's his name? Joe DiMaggio, who never took a day off, or Wally Pipp. Lou Gehrig, excuse me. Yeah. Who never took a day off. But Wally Pipp, the guy who played first in front, he never took a day off, and then he took an elective day off, and then Lou Gehrig started the streak, and then he never started.